Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. This is Mark. As predicted last night, uh, Washington comes in, does their job, beats the Devils 4-1. Devils really went out with a whimper. First two goals were pretty terrible um, all around as a team. The third goal, Dougie Hamilton, that was an unfortunate play, but he went -3, and you know, I don't put them on him, but it's just there was no structure up front by the forwards. I personally think the best forward on the team I know Lindsey Ruff came out and said that he was very uh, proud. I don't want to say proud, but he picked Jimmy Vesey as maybe the best forward, really taking advantage of his place. I thought Mercer was fine. I thought Mercer was great. He got another point. I think he read the puck very well in a lot of situations. His feet were moving, so I thought he played great. But again, what you would call a veteran on this team, they looked like garbage. I thought Nico looked pretty bad. Brat, Brat continues to. I don't get the Brat love. I mean, I was a small player, and I was a small, I was more of a pest. But for the amount of speed and talent he has, when he gets into the zone and goes towards the boards or tries to cut back, any leaning on him at all, and it's over. Sharon Govich got moved to the fourth line, and I thought he deservedly so. I mean, he looked. I totally forgot he was number 17. I was like, who's number 17? Oh, that's Sharon Govich. Oh yeah, he looks terrible. But you go on Twitter, and this is part of the reason I started this podcast, is you go on Twitter, and everybody on Twitter that has a blog or a podcast or writes an article for the Atlantic or whatever, they're all under 30, and they all have this Corsi bullshit in their minds, and they play too many video games, in my opinion. And they're criticizing Rupp for making changes during the middle of the game. Oh, I don't like how he tried to do the toughen up thing. He should have played other players. Washington beats us because they're all 6'2" and above, and they're veterans. That's what happens in hockey. It just is. They just beat the shit out of the Vancouver Canucks, or not Vancouver Canucks. I'm sorry, the Colorado Avalanche, the Avs, the best team in the league supposedly, beat the crap out of them because they are a team. That's just growing pains. That's all that is. Now again, so I'm not like throwing my hands up at the Devils. I mean, this is a growing team, but there were people who kind of took the game off. Severson always looks like shit to me. He always has this look about him, and that's on him to stop. I can't, he's just. Graves looked fine. Dougie looked fine. He went -3, but I mean the one goal on the breakaway that happens. You pop it around, you go. There's nobody backing him up. Goalie got to make that save though. I know it's a breakaway, but that was pretty. I mean, come on. The fourth goal, uh, that one, I don't put that on anybody. But again, that's Tom Wilson skating around, everybody getting afraid of him, and then he goes to the front of that and makes a play and whack. That's not on Dougie Hamilton. He didn't get his pocket picked. Uh, I'm more of a hockey fan who likes the Devils. I'm not one of these Devils fanatics who doesn't have any rationality in their body. Um, and last night was going to be a loss. You have McLeod playing second line. I thought the best line was uh, Johansson, Tartar Sauce, and Mercer again. I thought they were the best line. The fourth line did what they were supposed to do. But if you throw Miles Wood on that line, I think it changes. With McLeod is playing on that line with him. I think that changes everything. Um, so there's really not much to criticize. I mean, I could come on here like Steve Dangle and just freak out every time they lose, but that was a loss that they were supposed to lose. They were supposed to lose. You have Scott Wedgwood in that. He's rusty. And again, they're high right now. They're high. And they're gonna run into you're gonna run through that building and they're gonna take that win. But yeah, that effort thing, yeah, I love it. I love what Lindsey Ruff has to say. I'm old school with that. People are criticizing him. Oh, well, you need to change with the league. Okay, so let's go through real quick who wins championships in this league? Is it the new guys with these new hip? No. Two new hip coaches and new GMs? No, they don't. They don't win shit. They never win. It's the old school guys that are winning still. I mean, the Lightning win because they drafted well and they finally had a real good fourth or third line, right? That's why they won. When they were doing all analytics and Tyler Johnson was flying around, they didn't win. They got pushed around in the playoffs and lost. Barry Trotz, you're telling me he's a new school coach? You're out of your fucking mind. Who else? Out west. Pete DeBoer? Come on, guys. I know you guys want to sell blogs and you want to get clicks and you got to push. The league has changed. The game is evolving. It's evolving. It's not evolving. It's evolving in your own heads. It's not evolving on the ice because the game is the same. I can translate this into anything. Baseball. The game is evolving. Everybody's hitting for home runs okay? And then what happens when you're trying to just hit home runs and you can't hit a single the opposite way or bunt? You lose. Football. Can't play defense? You lose. Basketball, no big man up front, you still lose. I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah, the Devils, what they do need to do as a team, and what I want to see coming out of this game, is put that game away. Put it away and come out with effort against Buffalo, and you should win that game. I know Buffalo's 3-0, and everybody's getting all excited. The Devils should beat Buffalo at home. You got Ty Smith hopefully coming back. That should just be a structured home game. That's what you come out, you take the lead, and you get in the zone and you just cycle. You keep the puck on your stick, kind of like Washington did. Washington just won all the faceoffs and had the puck the whole time. That's how they won, and then they popped a couple in. The Devils couldn't pass, couldn't win a faceoff, couldn't win a board battle. That's just effort. Faceoffs are mostly effort. That's what it is. Effort and strength. Strength. The Devils don't have the strength right now. They will when they're older, but they don't have it right now. So, yeah, that's my recap of that game. That's what's gonna happen every time we play Washington, unless and of course, and this is my one criticism, and I don't like the Washington Capitals. I don't like the way they play. I think they're boring. I think they're cheap. I think for some reason when you play them, you never get power plays, but they always do because the league's trying to give Ovechkin some shots. I really think that's part of the league. That's not hockey though. That's the league. So when you play Washington, you need some power plays. You do. You need some power plays. And we did fine staying out of the box, but 5-on-5 we were terrible. And they're a very, very, very good 5-on-5 team because they've been together forever. And this just comes with time. So put that game behind us, move on. So we got Buffalo coming in, and like I said, I predict Devils victory 4-2, something like that, maybe 5-3. And how are they going to score 5 goals without Hughes? Easily, they can do that. They have the skill on that team to score 5 goals. Absolutely, they just need to show up. Nobody showed up last night. Zacha had one of his Zacha games, even though I'm a fan of Zacha. No pushback at all. Nothing. So, yeah, that's where we're headed into Buffalo. Let's see what kind of pushback. I mean, the news. I guess we should finish on the news on Hughes. Dislocation only, no surgery required. That's like what I used to do. I used to pop my shoulder out, and I used to pop it back in. But do that a lot, and your labrum eventually tears, and you have to retire from hockey. But when you're a pro, when you're 20, and you dislocate your shoulder, so I could see him being back mid-November, maybe Thanksgiving, which is a long time. And they always say, oh, if you're out of it by Thanksgiving, you're out of it. Just don't be out of it. Win the games you're supposed to win. Beat Buffalo. We have the better defense. I mean, 4 goals went in last night, right? But you have a different goalie and a bounce or two, and that you let in 2 goals, you lose 2-0 or 2-1, maybe 3-1 with an empty netter. So the defensive structure is there. The puck is not sitting in our zone forever. Again, what you saw last night as kind of this is kind of a throwback to last year. If you watch, the turnovers that kept the puck in the zone were not behind the net. They were not in front of the net. They were not in the corners. They were at the blue line. That's your wingers and your center being either afraid to get hit or being soft. You got to get the puck out. Let them restruct. Let them do it. Let them do it all game. But you got to get the puck out, and they didn't get the puck out. So if those forwards hunker down, as Lindsey Ruff said, and they do their fucking job, that game's a lot closer. Might not score the goals, but the game is a lot closer. So that's what they have to do against Buffalo, a team that we should be able to expose their defense, and protect our own zone. And it's just effort. These bad teams right now are winning because of effort and chip on their shoulder. Once the systems of these good teams kick in, everything will revert back to the median, the average. And the Devils are above a average team right now. They're not a below average team. They're not a terrible team. They're an average team with that that core that they have. So they should be able to beat Buffalo. We should go 3-1 with Flames coming in, and that'll be an interesting game because all the West when a West Coast team comes in, it's always very interesting. So yeah, that's all I got today. 2-1. We got to figure out Washington at some point, but let's just put it behind us now. And again, just survive until Hughes comes back because he slots everything in on a nice, smoother way. Maybe we see some Holtz action coming up. That'd be nice. But again, not too much to get over exaggerated about, unless you're one of those people. If you're trying to sell clicks and you're trying to sell your fucking blog and you want to do your Corsi shit and go, oh my god, that's fine. But my theory on all those people, most of them, is they've never put skates on in their lives. They've never been in a locker room. Peter, what's his name? Greg Wyszynski over on ESPN, the Devils fan. That guy's never skated. So don't listen to these people. Listen to the hockey players. The criticism of Lindsey Ruff last night was just by 20-something-year-old bloggers. It was just, you have no idea what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. It was not the fourth line, and putting in Yaros over White is the reason we lost. You lost because Nico Hischier had a bad game. Zacha had a bad game. Jasper Bratt had a bad game. That's why. The guys who were not supposed to have bad games and be consistent were not consistent and had bad games. Because when they played Washington, Washington comes to play, and they don't. So, all right, guys, this has been Mark. That's the end of the episode. Let's see what happens on Saturday. Peace.